Hey guys, what's up? My name's Naomi and today I'm going to be giving a review of my new Apple Watch. I have the Apple Watch SE in space gray aluminum and I have the 40mm size, GPS only because I didn't think I would need cellular.
And it was $10 extra, so yeah.
And right now I have the black sport band on. I have had my watch for about a few months. I got it in September, around halfway through the month. Overall, the feel of the watch is really nice. It feels very premium. The screen is extremely durable too. I may or may not have smashed it against the wall a few times. And the sports band is really nice because it's very smooth and it doesn't soak up water. I chose the 40mm because it's a good size. It's big enough that you can actually use the display, and the smallest size was the cheapest. And as for the battery, it does last all day. However, you do need to charge it every day. You can't be using it for multiple days on one charge, which is slightly annoying, but I just charge it when I shower and that seems to work out okay. When I was first thinking about whether or not I wanted to buy an Apple Watch, I thought, is there really anything I could use it for that I couldn't already do with my phone? And I was a little hesitant, but I decided to just go for it, and I'm really glad I did because it has been super helpful in so many ways. One of the things I use it for most would be listening to things, so music, podcasts, watching YouTube, because you can control a lot of the things right from your wrist. For example, you can pause and play and skip tracks, and you can control the volume with the little digital crown, which is super helpful. And you can even download some songs or other media to have offline because the watch has a 32GB memory. And it also works really well with my AirPods, and I'm sure it would work well with other Bluetooth headphones too. And the built-in activity rings that Apple uses
are actually really motivating to work out.
And I really like how it can track my heart rate and estimate how many calories I've burned and keeps track of my steps. And probably the thing that is most helpful to pretty much everyone who has an Apple Watch would be the notifications and alarms. So I'm going to start with the alarms. So basically it has a very gentle vibration. It's called a haptic tap, and it'll slowly increase in power as you're not waking up. So if your alarm's going off and you don't stop it, it slowly gets stronger until you finally stop it. The same goes for other notifications, so you can have it set to mirror certain apps' notifications from your phone, which is extremely helpful if you want to be able to see your notifications without having to actually be on your phone. The silent haptic notifications are really helpful if you want to remind yourself of things
without other people knowing.
And it also works great for calendar events or anything else you need to remember. So now I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of what I have on my watch. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my watch faces. And first off, we have this one, which is very modern, very simplistic. I like this one for when I'm a little dressed up and I want it to just be very classy, and it doesn't have any complications on it. Next up, we have this one, which I really like because
I just think it's pretty.
Every time you look at the time, it'll give you a different butterfly, and it also has the time and the date. The date is a complication that'll lead you to your calendar, and down here we have Now Playing, which will take you to whatever music or podcast or YouTube videos you're listening to. This is the one I use most often when I'm working out because it has the activity rings, the time in seconds. It has a link to Apple Workouts, which has all of these little options that will start and it'll track your progress. Up here we have the breathe complication, which is actually really nice. What it does is it takes you through a minute of guided breathing, and it's really helpful for calming down and just focusing. Down here we have the heart rate complication, and this is the one I use most often because it has the most functionality for me. Down here I have my rings, in the middle my heart rate, and I've got music, which will connect to your headphones when you have them on. Here I have the breathe complication again, time and date, and in the middle, Now Playing. Again, you can adjust volume with the crown. Down here you can see what's up next. Over here you have these options for the different songs. Just like on all the other faces, if you swipe down from the top, you've got your notification center, and up from the bottom you've got your control center, which has a lot of useful features. This one right here will make your iPhone make noise, and if you hold down, it'll even flash the flashlight if you're trying to find it. We've got our battery, connect to Wi-Fi. Like I said, I have the GPS only, so it can connect to Wi-Fi, but it does not get its own signal. It goes through the phone. Down here we have the ringing control. We've got a flashlight, which makes the screen all white, and when you turn it away from your face, it actually gets even brighter, so it's not bright in your eyes. This is the water lock complication, which is actually super helpful. What it does is it closes off to water, so when you're getting it wet, the water can't get inside. And then to turn it off, you rotate the crown, and it'll even shake all the water out by playing some noises on the speaker. And also down here we've got airplane mode, sleep mode, so it'll turn off your notifications, walkie-talkie, which you can use to talk to other people who have Apple Watches, and theater mode, which basically makes your screen not as bright or turning on its own, so that if you're in a movie theater or something like that, you're not being disruptive. So now we're going to move into the home screen, which is basically where all of your apps show up in these little bubbles, and you can customize the location of all of them. Another thing that's super helpful for me on the Apple Watch is the calculator, because it's always on you, so if you ever need it, it's right there. You don't have to find a real calculator or pick up your phone, and it can even calculate a tip. So say you went out to eat and the bill was $90, you can calculate a tip and change the amount of people to see how much each person has to pay, which is super helpful. And it is also super helpful for navigation. If you are using Apple Maps, it will connect to your phone and it'll even vibrate when you have a turn coming up, which is extremely helpful if you're not paying attention. So overall, I am really happy with this watch. I love how you can customize everything, all of the different watch faces. There's so many options. The SE was definitely the best choice for me because it's just the right amount of features and it was an achievable price for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope the review is helpful and that you enjoyed the video. Bye!